Welcome to Up All Night presents Last Rental with Greg. I'm Greg, and today I pulled off the shelf for you guys in this Last Rental video, Doing Time from 1985, starring Jeff Altman, Richard Mulligan, John Vernon, Jimmy J.J. Walker, and Colleen Camp. Now, riding high off the heels of Police Academy, Warner Brothers and a producer of Police Academy decided to do a movie called Doing Time where the prisoners, it's a sort of reverse, where the prisoners are the ragtag team of misfits that come together and sort of save the day and give you the comedy. So in this movie, Jeff Altman's character of Duke is a door-to-door salesman, and he knocks on this door of this fancy house, and this beautiful woman answers, and so they have a little tryst, but unbeknownst to Duke, she is the governor's wife, and the governor shows up and catches him, and she exclaims that it was not consensual. And so he is arrested and put on death row at John Dillinger Penitentiary, where the prisoners run the asylum, as it were, led by John Vernon and a guy that looks like a white Mr. T, from blonde hair, mohawk and chains and everything. Seriously, he looks like a white Mr. T. And so Duke shows up there and he meets Jimmy J.J. Walker's character, becomes like his best friend, and John Vernon, who runs the prison, like I mentioned. And they invite, they take him in and they lead him into the group. They have this big party because they run everything. They get food, women, everything at this party. And in a blink and you'll miss her moment, Rhonda Shear herself is in this movie as a character named Adrian. She actually has a name. Her name is Adrian. So she is in this movie for a brief second as well. But as Duke is in there in the prison and, meets everything and he's having fun. And even though he wants to get out because he didn't do the crime he's convicted of, they also meet the warden, B.J. Fallis, who is the warden, who's an inept warden and just lets the prisoners do whatever they want. And there's even this crazy scene where, up for parole, this guy that looks like Elvis, up for parole, sings a song called We're All Effed Up.
We're fucked. We're all fucked up.
It's a really great Elvis number, and it's really funny and stuff like that. But the governor, in order to want to build a new highway and everything, and wants to take back control, fires Warden B.J. Fallis and puts his brother-in-law, Richard Mulligan, Mongo, in charge of the prison as the warden. And he's a bit of a hard ass, and he wants to clean up this prison, but he's really stupid and inept as well, but he's in a different way. He thinks he's got the power. And so the prisoners sort of band together and fight back, and Colleen Camp, who is Mongo's secretary, who John Vernon has a little thing with, she convinces him to, sort of seduce Mongo, the warden, because he has a bit of a crush on her, so that they can, film it and get him fired. And in the process, they also have a boxing match they set up in the prison for Duke to help, help him get out. It all works together like a charity and everything, boxing match, filming and everything. So while the boxing match is going on, we go to Colleen Camp and Mongo, Richard Mulligan, and he has this weird fantasy where he wants her to dress like Bo Peep, and they're filming this and they're broadcasting it live across the network, and it's this really weird scenario and everything. And meanwhile, Duke is in this boxing match, and he sort of gets unconscious at one point in time, and Muhammad Ali himself makes an appearance and sort of gives Duke a pep talk, and Duke ends up winning the boxing match and also falls in love with the nurse at the prison as well too. And Duke ends up getting free, gets his freedom, and he gets free, gets go, and Mongo gets fired, and he ends up getting a TV show out of it. Go figure. And Warden B.J. Fallis gets put back in charge, and all is right in the prison with John Vernon and the crew running the prison again. And that's how the movie ends. So if you want to pick this movie up on a physical copy, if I've interested you into picking this up in any way, shape, form, this movie was only ever released on VHS. There is no DVD or Blu-ray of this movie whatsoever. So if you want a physical copy, you're going to have to go for the old school VHS if you have a VCR. However, if you do want to own a digital version of this, because it is not streaming, but you can rent it or buy it digitally on most platforms. But there you guys have it for this last rental. Let me know what you guys thought about this, and what would be your last rental if you had the choice.
If you're ever thinking about buying or renting it, you come see me. You hear?
Yeah, I'll come see you.
Life.
Can I do anything?
You could turn off the light.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live.
Hi. Welcome to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant, famous and seductive movie star. For the few who may not know who I am, I'm the world-renowned actress who took a 3-hour tour on a very rickety boat and got herself stranded on this desert isle with a very eclectic bunch of people. Does this story sound familiar? It should. I've been marooned here for almost 30 years with the captain, his bumbling first mate, Gilligan, millionaires Mr. and Mrs. Houston Dowell II, the pretty professor, and the very forgettable Mary Jane. But tonight, like every other since becoming a castaway, all I can do is relax. A lady in waiting, so to speak. So while I sit and sip my coconut milk, get ready to watch 2 of Hollywood's finest films. Later tonight, we'll be watching Beach Babes from Beyond Infinity. But first up is The Rescue right here on USA Up All Night. I should have taken that Love Boat pilot. Hi, I hope you're enjoying The Rescue on USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant, castaway and involuntarily secluded movie star. Gee, I wonder where the others are tonight. Usually we meet right here to see if anyone has any ideas on how to get off the island. Gee,
Rhonda!
Gilligan,
Rhonda!
what's
Rhonda!
the emergency?
Rhonda! Rhonda! Oh, there you are! Rhonda! Rhonda! Oh,
my.
Rhonda! Rhonda!
Where are the others?
They're gone!
What do you mean you're gone? What about Mary Jane, Mr. and Mrs. Dowell, and the captain?
No, they're all gone!
I don't get it. You mean they're not in their huts? They couldn't have just disappeared, vanished, poof?
No, I mean, well, the professor and I, we've searched everywhere, and all over, too. We even went to the other side of the island where the cannibals live. Oh, maybe that's why they didn't show up. Oh, well, anyway, the professor, he'll be back here any minute.
Well, while Gilligan and I wait for the professor, stay tuned for more of The Rescue right here on USA Up All Night. Hi, welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm famous sexy star and castaway actress Rhonda Grant, stranded here with my date, Gilligan, the first mate. Plain Mary Jane, the captain, Mr. and Mrs. Dowell have disappeared, and we're waiting for the professor. Hopefully he's found them. Gilligan!
Sorry.
Be careful! You could have permanently damaged his perfect face. Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a good plastic surgeon who takes my insurance?
Oh, hey, how am I supposed to find the others without my telescope?
Oh, it's just a piece of bamboo, not a telescope, you nitwit.
But the professor made it for me.
Oh, would you just grow up? Aren't you just a little old to be playing with the professor? Now, back to The Rescue right here on USA Up All Night. Ew, when's the last time you went to the lagoon laundromat and laundered this thing? Hi, I'm Rhonda Grant here with Gilligan. Hope you're enjoying The Rescue here on USA Up All Night. We're waiting for the professor to return from his very serious scientific search to find the other castaways here on Gilligan's Island. You know, I just realized something. Why is the show called Gilligan's Island? It should be called Rhonda's Island. I mean, I'm the movie star. You're just a bumbling idiot with no fans.
I'm not.
R2. Why me? My agent told me never to get aboard that stinking boat. A 3-hour tour turned into 30 years with this numbskull. Now look at me. No hulking man to come to my rescue, and my makeup supply is almost on the verge of running out.
Aw, come on, Rhonda. You're a famous movie star. I mean, you're beautiful and talented, and I bet that Hollywood is still waiting out there for you.
You really think so? You really think Hollywood and all my fans are still remembering me?
Sure. They remember you exactly the way you looked 30 years ago.
Oh, sure they will. I mean, look at me. Thanks for nothing, Gilligan. We'll be right back to The Rescue on USA Up All Night, right after these important messages. Oh, I'm horrified. Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant, famous actress and movie star, here with Gilligan, the other castaways have disappeared. Boy, am I worried.
Gee, I sure wish the professor would get back. He's been searching for hours.
Oh, look, here he comes. Have you found them? Are they okay?
They're more than fine. They managed to get off the island. Look.
Oh my gosh, it's a picture of the Captain, Mary Jane, and Mr. and Mrs. Dowell getting on a boat. But how could he do that?
They probably used the camera with the self-timer.
No, I mean, how could they just leave and not take us? Oh, why don't you get back to the rescue here on USA Up All Night while I try to figure this out? Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant here with the nerdy professor and Gilligan. If you're wondering where the other castaways are, they've managed to get off the island and left us here to die.
Rhonda, read the letter.
Hey, dear fellow castaways, for 30 years, we, the captain, Mr. and Mrs. Dowell, and Mary Jane, have been stranded on Gilligan's Island with you. And for 30 years, we have been wanting to get as far away from the three of you as possible. You may ask why. Gilligan, every time we had a chance to escape, you fouled it up. You're an immature adult, and most importantly, people were starting to wonder what the relationship really was between the captain and yourself. Professor, you're a stiff nerd, and we couldn't stand another one of your asinine inventions. Do you really think that we believed that you could make an airplane from banana peels? And finally, Rhonda, we all resented your beauty and talent and didn't much care for your vanity and snottiness. Just because you had that perfectly placed mole on your face doesn't mean you're any better than the rest of us. So, we left on the boat the four of us were building for the last 25 years. But because we're not all bad, on the back of this letter, we have given you instructions on how the three of you could also escape. So long, suckers.
Here, give me
No, stop it, Gilligan, no! Ah! Oh, no.
Here goes our only chance of getting off this island. Good work, Gilligan.
Gilligan, sometimes I think you like living on this island so you won't have to deal with reality.
What's reality?
Well, Gilligan, reality is a state of consciousness. Quite frankly, Miss Grant, I don't understand how they figured this out before I did. After all, with absolutely no sexual energy at my disposal to distract me, and with all the brain power and know-how, along with my MIT diploma, it seems preposterous and highly improbable that such an event would occur. The mathematical odds are astounding.
Oh. Now back to the rescue right here on USA Up All Night. Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant here with the pretty professor and Gilligan. The other castaways have escaped the island and left us here to petrify like Gilligan's little widowwood.
Now, Rhonda, we won't petrify like Gilligan's widow would. It takes about a year to chemically decompose and disintegrate, and though it looks awfully frightening, there's nothing petrifying about flesh. It's not like wood which petrifies. You see, if you take the compound hydrogen carbonate and you mix it precisely...
Oh, please, would you just shut up already? No wonder they left. Just listen to you. You're just so dull. Although kind of cute in an incredibly dull way. And look at Gilligan. He's so boring, childish, and annoying.
No, I'm whittling.
Boy, did I get stuck with two excuses for men. Why couldn't I have been stranded with Cary Grant, Mel Gibson, or MacGyver?
Now, let's not get nasty, old queen of the bees. I've got to figure out a way to dry the ink on this letter. We have to find out how the others got off this island. Gilligan, go gather some mangoes. The citric acid from the fruit may reconstitute...
Oh, please, enough of that already. Just stop it. It won't work. Do you hear me? I mean, come on. None of your self-specific recipes for rescues have ever worked. Can't you just go mix up a scientific potion that will whip up a new wardrobe for you? Now, back to the rescue right here on USA Up All Night. Aren't you tired of wearing those same old clothes day after day after day after day? There must be a gap somewhere around here. Right? back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant here with the other castaways. The Prudy Professor and Gilligan. Mr. and Mrs. Dowell, the captain and Mary Jane, escaped Gilligan's Island in a boat this morning and left us behind because we all had personality conflicts. Now something has washed up on the beach and is heading this way.
I think maybe you should cut back on the coconut drinks, Rhonda. You're talking to yourself. Say, Professor, what do you think it is?
I know mostly everything, Gilligan, but this one has even me stumped. But if I calculated its velocity correctly, it should be here any second.
How exciting! I better go put on some lipstick just in case it's a movie producer.
Too late.
Ah! It's Mary Jane! Let me at her! Let me at her!
Easy, Rhonda. She's not well.
Oh, well, all right. But as soon as she's better, I'm going to kill her. Now, back to the rescue right here on USA Up All Night. Let me at her. Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant here with the other castaways of Gilligan's Island. Mary Jane here, former hutmate, now traitor trash, left the island with the captain and Mr. and Mrs. Dowell.
Where am I? Gilligan, is that you?
Hi, Mary Jane.
Oh, don't be nice to her, Gilligan. She left us here to die. Or did your little pea brain forget all about that? Where are the captain and Mr. and Mrs. Dowell, huh?
We hit a storm. The boat sank.
Can you tell us how you managed to escape the island?
Oh, I don't feel well. I need to rest.
Oh, gee, I never seen you look so bad, Mary Jane. You used to be so cute and perky.
Shh. She needs rest. Then she'll be able to tell us how they built the boat.
Oh, perky and cute, please. You never saw her when she was creeping around my makeup case, stealing my Chanel lipstick and hiding it in her ponytails. Now the conclusion of the rescue on USA Up All Night. Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant of Gilligan's Island, famous Hollywood movie star and castaway. Mary Jane, my former hutmate, built a boat with the captain and Mr. and Mrs. Dowell, leaving me, Gilligan, and the professor behind. But the joke's on her. Their boat sank, and she just washed up in our lagoon. When she wakes up, we're going to make her tell us how to make another boat so we can get off this island, so that I can resume my career in Hollywood. I'm also going to give her a piece of my mind and no part in my next film like I had previously promised. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rescue. Now, get ready to watch Beach Faves and Beyond Infinity right here on USA Up All Night. Welcome back to USA Up All Night with me, Rhonda Grant, and the other castaways of Gilligan's Island.
I'm alive! Oh, it's so wonderful to see you all!
Do you expect us to fall for your sticky, sweet routine? No way, sister. How could you say all those mean things about Gilligan and the professor? And what about me? We've been through thick and thatch together. How could you just leave me here? You know how I wanted to get back to Hollywood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know how hard it is to compete with you, Rhonda? I'm just a naive farm girl from Iowa. It's the late 90s and I still wear my hair in pigtails. I mean, look at you. You and your mole, your sequin gowns, and your stories of glamorous nights and sordid affairs. I've never even had a clean-cut affair. I'm the most mediocre character on this island. I'm just a plain Mary Jane next to you. Don't you see, I had to get away from here.
What about me and the professor?
Oh, Gilligan, you're just a laughable moron. No offense, but you wouldn't know the difference.
Oh.
And Professor, I...
Say it, Mary Jane, say it.
I love you, but I don't think you like women. Is that true?
Oh, this is getting good. Betrayal, tragedy, and unrequited lust. Now back to Beach Babes from Beyond Infinity on USA Up All Night. All of this will do wonders for my acting. Welcome back to USA Up All Night with me, Rhonda Grant. I'm here with fellow castaway Mary Jane. We're fishing for dinner here on Gilligan's Island.
Boy, am I excited about the Lou Allen talent show tonight, aren't you?
Come on, Mary Jane. You left me, the professor, and Gilligan to die on this island. If you want me to talk, tell me how you, the captain, and the Dowells managed to make that boat.
Well, I had no part in it, really. They just brought me along because I'm so nondescript. I wouldn't get in the way, and no one would be tempted or distracted by my state sexuality.
Oh, now that makes sense. But I could try to make you a little bit more glamorous for the talent show this evening.
Oh, really? But don't you have to rehearse?
I'm the only performer. Professor handles the record player, Gilligan sits in the audience, and you have no talent, remember? And now that the Dowells and the captain are gone, oh, I'll make you beautiful for the luau and for the professor, whether he's straight or not. Come on. Now, let's get back to Beach Babes from Beyond Infinity right here on USA Up All Night. You're going to be fabulous. Welcome back to USA Up All Night. I'm Rhonda Grant here at our luau on Gilligan's Island with the pretty Professor Mary Jane and, of course, Gilligan.
Luau.
Ouch!
Sorry.
Professor, now ask Mary Jane to dance. That's it, Professor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You know, I can't believe I'm stuck here on this island with these people. I mean, look at me and look at them. Thank goodness I brought an entire trunk of glittering gowns with me on the 3-hour tour. Poor souls. The same outfits every day for 30 years. What a shame. Now back to Beach Babes from Beyond Infinity on USA Up All Night.
The hardest part isn't the exercise, it's just getting started. So come on, no more excuses. Stop by now for a free guest tour. Shape Spa's trained technicians will show you how to use the finest controlled movement exercise equipment. Members can swim, take jazz exercise classes, or relax in a soothing whirlpool, sauna, or steam room. There's no better time than now to join Shape Spa. Come on, no more excuses.
Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth, just like Rhonda.
Hi, it's Rhonda, and we are live on Facebook, which is so exciting. And we're broadcasting with many cameras from the Omni Roller Lanes in the heart of the French Quarter. And it is my official book signing in New Orleans. And I already have friends here. And Ruben and I have been friends for a long time on Facebook, and he was an Up All Night fan, and he was my first official book buyer. My first official sale here in New Orleans. And it's been an amazing, last few days, we've done a ton of press.
My dad is a huge fan, so I'm getting him a book for Christmas.
Okay, that's
His
so
name's
sweet.
Rusty.
That's so sweet of
Yeah.
you. My dad would have been that easy.
Yeah, and I saw you were coming doing a sign last night, and I was like going through everything. So I know I got some Rhonda stuff that I could bring her. And when I found that, I was like, oh, this is gonna
Boy,
be a trip.
that's That's amazing. I have to tell you that is amazing. Can I open it? I'll look that slide for a second. Look at this. And he kept it in good condition. So in my fan club, you got a Sizzle Kiss.
That's right.
You got the Rhonda Playboy. My sister Nona did that, of course. Then you got like a newsletter of all these things that I did. And that's a picture that I never had of Gilbert with his hand on my.
Of course.
Yes. Wow. This is amazing. And wait a minute. And then,
of course,
and then
just be careful when you open that.
Oh, I'm scared. I know what they are, but OMG. OMG. That is awesome.
I thought that would be a nice
back in the day.
past,
These were,
yeah.
and who would think that I would end up in the intimate apparel business?
Board in 3 minutes. All pedestrians, please have your tickets ready. All vehicles with reservations for the 10 a.m. ferry should now be in the 2 outside lanes. All standby vehicles should be in the lane furthest to the right.
Back to your cars. Start your engines. That's right. Bring it a little forward here now. Bring it up here.
Hey, Bobby! Why don't you come up and catch some rays? By the time the ferry gets over here, we load up and get over to the island. We're going to have to suit up and roll.
I've cited about 5 infractions in the last 5 minutes.
Cowboy Day spirit. It's a cut weekend. Anything goes.
How do we handle it?
Very, very carefully. The trick to the situation is separating a few baddies
Hi.
from all the goodies.
So welcome to the weekend. I'm Jane, that's Joe.
Hi. Which is the best beach?
Paradise. It's going nude this summer.
Isn't that illegal?
They can't arrest everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Weekend spirit, huh?
That's it. Keep coming. Come on. Keep it moving. Let's go. Right up here. Come on. Bring it up. Here we go.
This is going to put me in the Dopers Hall of Fame. Feast your eyes on crystallized MDA.
It's parked in front of my garage. You want to move it?
Yes, I'm moving. You move your car.
That's not my car. And you and your nudie friends can just sit here, because here come the police.
I've never seen anything like this. The police now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything worse than this?
It's terrible.
It gets worse every year.
Scoot off. Now, what's going on here?
These people just backed into my garage, and these ladies are about to run down a couple of cars here.
Hey! Hey, wait a minute! Said something about wanting to swim.
Hey, hot dog, wait a minute. You don't take the stuff off. You're not going to come out. Come on in, Bobby. The water's fine.
Hi, it's
it's Rhonda for Snapple Shear here, reminding you that in this topsy-turvy world, there's something you can always count on for straight-up, thirst-quenching enjoyment. Snapple. Snapple iced teas, fruit juices, fruit drinks, and sodas are all natural with no artificial flavors or preservatives. And every Snapple is a unique and wonderful taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. So if you find your world is turned upside down lately, enjoy the straight-up flavor of Snapple, made from the best stuff on earth, just like Rhonda.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear, and some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night, and some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked.
Looking great and feeling fit are so important, and smart women know it and do something about it. The luxurious surroundings of Shape Spa gives you supervised individual programs, result-producing equipment, and over 20 years' experience shaping female figures. Shape Spa has the finest facilities available: whirlpools, steam rooms, saunas, with swimming and aerobic activities available at all clubs, and lots more. Join Shape Spa today, because it's great to be in shape.
Well, of course, mannequins in department stores have to reflect the most glamorous, the hottest look that the fashion world has to offer. So imagine the thrill if somebody walked up to you and said, "Hey, I want you to be the model for a mannequin." Well, that's exactly what happened to Rhonda Shear when her face was discovered by a leading mannequin manufacturer.
Yeah, okay. You know, my name is Professor Pac-Man. Thank you very much. I've been working for the Motel Toy Company, and I created this latest creation. You heard of Betsy Wetsy? You heard of Chatty Cathy? Well, this is Rhonda Honda. Gets tight my lips, baby.
This is the story of Rhonda Shear, an up-and-coming Hollywood actress. When Norm Glazer caught her act at the Improv, a Los Angeles comedy club, he had a great idea. Since she played the role of a mannequin so convincingly, why not make her into one? So now Rhonda's face can be seen and seen and seen, because Rhonda is the cloned look of the 80s. For mannequins, that is.
When I saw Rhonda at the Improv, I was charmed by her act. I've been creating mannequins for the last 25 years, but I knew if I fashioned a line to look like her, it would be totally original in its own subtle way. When I saw Rhonda, I was the perfect mannequin. She showed me exactly the way the mannequin was going to look, with its body attitudes, with its facial expressions. It was no longer a gamble. She has that charm, that's something special. I really believe that Rhonda captures the look of the 80s.
They look at her and say, "What a dummy. Ooh. I wish she were a real girl. No guy never ever sends her flowers."
Ding dong, STD.
Now you know why.
Her face and form are being sculpted for use in the manufacturing of mannequins.
When you're creating a mannequin from scratch, you are 90% sure that the model you're choosing is going to be correct. There's a 10% guess at it. I look for someone that reflects the look of today, someone that is, in her case, lifestyle of today. You go back to the early centuries, it might have been Mary Pickford. It might have been in the 50s, Joan Crawford. Rhonda Shear exemplifies what we think the look of the 80s is going to be. Rhonda, if you want to dissect her, is not perfect. Take her nose, her mouth, dissect it individually, she's not a perfect person. But together, it's a total look. She's devastatingly beautiful.
Being a sculpture subject was new for me. I felt flattered, even though it took quite a long time. I wanted to ask you, how come you prefer sculpting to the, what do you call it, about face
casting? Light casting?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't perfected a very good method for casting. And the weight of it flattens the face out so that it becomes just real, the low spots get lower, the high spots get lower too, and it gets a very sag look to it.
Yeah, it's neat. What if she talks?
Someday we'll make a talking head.
Have you ever been up here alone and imagined that one
I
moved?
sometimes dream at night about these things. Creating a mannequin is like creating a commercial product. We have to respond to our customer in the department store, and I have to do an interpretation of her that responds to what's happening in the fashion industry today. And therefore, our customer in the store will respond to her face and want to see themselves wearing what she has on.
I love being a mannequin because, first of all, I do the mannequin routine, a mannequin act, but I have to admit it's very eerie to look at a likeness of yourself that really, I can see it. It's strange, but it's fun.
Mannequins have been used to display fashion since they were first introduced in the 1894 Paris Exposition. They were used by only the most prosperous of businesses at first because of their outrageous cost, $15. Early mannequins were of wax, intended to be heavy and awkward, especially in the summer months when they were prone to melting in the heat. They were big-busted, and their faces were very expressive. In 1925, manufacturers began to use papier-mâché. Eventually, this method was replaced by plaster, and in the early 60s, plastics began to be used in the process. Never before has there been such a wide variety of choices in dress as there are for today's woman. Clothes are colorful, functional, baggy, and bizarre.
I think the look of the 80s is much more than just a look. It's being a total person, a total woman, which comes from being an achiever and doing everything you can to make yourself not only look great, but feel great, exercising, and getting out there and doing what you want to do, going after it. Acting is what I do, so I go after it 100%. Do you realize that I'm going to get to see myself in stores all over the country wearing outfits that I probably couldn't get myself, all those designer fashions? It's really kind of interesting. I get to see myself in clothes that I probably wouldn't pick out. This is definitely a different kind of fame than one achieves in television or film. I have to say it will be exciting to see my face in store windows all over the country. You know, it's fun being the female mannequin look of the 80s, but I seem to think that I need a male counterpart. Don't you, Michael? And I think the male should be you.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear practicing the musical skill for Snapple. Snapple, iced teas, fruit juices, fruit drinks, and sodas are all natural. No artificial flavors or preservatives. Snapple makes all natural iced teas, fruit juices, fruit drinks, and sodas. Snapple, everyone a taste sensation that has to be tried to be believed. Snapple iced teas taste like you brew them yourself at home. Snapple makes delicious diet iced teas and sodas. Snapple fruit flavors taste unbelievably real because they are real. Snapple is made from the very best stuff on earth. Snapple!
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear, and some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night, and some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about, I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked.
Come on, Denise, give me a break, will you?
Oh, but Harry, I'm coming on.
Don't come on to me, all right?
Oh, but Harry, I'm wearing your favorite perfume.
Oh, yeah? What is it?
An evening in Paris.
It smells more like a month in Milwaukee.
Oh, Harry, you're such a turn-on. I'll meet you upstairs.
I meet you upstairs. We live in a truck, Denise. Denise. Yeah, good. You know, I'll tell you, Denise is a lovely lady, but she never lets me do what I really want to do. Every now and then I get this fantasy I want to be in a big band. Well, now that she's upstairs on the truck, I'll see if I can get my wish. Thank you. You know, fashion show, everywhere you go is a fashion show. You go to Hollywood, there's a fashion show. You come to the Palomino, they got a fashion show. What are they going to learn? They don't want to see fashion. Ah, well, fashion show, everywhere you go, a fashion show. I can't believe it. Fashion show. Oh, yes, sirree. Fashion show. Okay. Fashion show. Yeah, another dummy again. What are they going to learn? Boy. Over here. Boy, oh boy. And what am I going to do with this? Let's see. I like it. Well, I better get a dress before the boss gets here. Oh, what can I do to make her look better? If she had a brand new hairdo. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do. Not bad for Fredericks of Hollywood. And her eyelashes all in curl. Curl, curl. Like the real-life girls do. I wish she were a real girl. Yes, sir. Do-do-do. What the heck is that? Get over here. She looks kind of cute, but funny. And her teeth aren't teeth, but pearls. Let's go. Oh. So that's where I hid the Quaaludes. Couldn't find those. Get a load of this. She looks like a dummy. Oh! She ain't so dumb. I wish she were a real girl. No guy never ever sends her flowers. Ding dong, STD. And you know why? She never wears a dress of real lace. A dress of real lace. Here you go. She never wears a dress. She never does this. She never wears a dress. Get over here. She never. She talked on the phone. She talked on the telephone for hours. Here, talk. But there is no telephone in her display. Is that the phone? Hello, Palomino Club. Yes, I'm sorry. You'll have to call back during business hours. No, I'm sorry. I can't do that. I can't do that. All right, I'll do it. Take your fingers from my hair. Put them in your... Yeah, call back tomorrow. If she were a real-life female, then her future, I'm sure, would be in the arms of this brave and free male.
who'd enjoy being a guy having a dummy.
What do you mean, dummy? I'm no dummy, and I belong in the window of Stafford Avenue or in Neiman Marcus. And what do you mean a friend with your Hollywood wig? What are you, some kind of...
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, how about that? Robin Scooter and Kenny Ellis.
The ultimate flavor has the ultimate flavor.
Soft and juicy. With flavor that lasts. Flavor you'll savor. Through the very last chew.
Delicious has the ultimate flavor. The ultimate flavor has the ultimate flavor. Taste so unreal, he'll blow you away. Delicious.
Share the good times with your friends. Make friends with Choco Botsy.
It's fun, it's friendly, it's naturally pure. Red, white, and rosé. All you need are glasses, ice, and Choco Botsy, and you'll make friends. Very happy.
Make friends with Choco Botsy. Naturally pure. Choco Botsy. Naturally pure.
Cities and Citizens will be a series of one-hour programs that will take an intimate look at the world's most interesting places and people. Each weekly one-hour show with a variety of celebrated hosts travels to a uniquely different metropolis through the minds, eyes, and hearts of local personalities, past, present, and future. One of LA's major attractions is the entertainment industry. There are a lot of citizens down there waiting on tables as they wait for the chance to get a credit on a screen or marquee. Every once in a million miles, one of them bridges that chasm between obscurity and stardom. No one has done it better or deserves it more than LA citizen Brad Garrett.
You know, the entertainment industry is a lot larger than movies and television. In this city, you've got the Lakers, the Kings, the Raiders, and Dodgers. They're as Hollywood as you can get. You've got record studios with megastars like Madonna, Tiffany, and Randy Newman. And of course, places like the Improv, which is where I started. These have all made LA one of the most influential media capitals of the world. The era of silent movies is often referred to as a golden age of comedy. But today, the unparalleled quality and diversity of entertainment have ushered in a new golden age of pastimes in Los Angeles. I was in the same group as like the redheads and the fat kids and the kids with no credit, you know, the same group as that was. I never felt like giving up, never. I felt there were times when I wondered, wow, you know, maybe I'll be, you know, 40 years old going, you know, would you like a hot apple pie with that? You know, that was like my biggest fear, you know, so anyway, my nipples are killing me. I'm bloated. What a day for an interview. Is it me or is it's the moisture in the air? As I grew up and grew older and got into comedy, there was always something about it. Robin Williams, Jonathan Winters, Don Rickles was like the first comedian that I ever really said, oh, I get what this guy's doing. Don Rickles was like, I was like 11, and I go, oh, I get it. He's putting everyone down. This is great. And even though that's kind of not the humor I do, what I loved about it is he was making everybody laugh at himself, which is what people were doing to me every day. My first audition with Star Search was 10 minutes into a camera at a nightclub called The Horn without an audience at 3 in the afternoon. They auditioned a singer and a dancer and a comic all in the same thing. So singers and dancers didn't need an audience, and they figured, well, let's put the comics on the same reel and do that. So that was a nightmare because without an audience, it affects your timing. And I really thought I would just do my 2 minutes and, you know, win some Z-Brick and, you know, get Ed's autograph and go home. But I just wrote every day, and I was in the competition altogether about 8 weeks, and it was a dream. It really was. And that was now about 5 years ago. 5 years later, you're this new guy has never done anything before. I mean, I grew up looking at this big curtain on NBC with Carson in front of it, and now I was on the side that was all black, you know. And that's all you see, and you go out there, you know, and it's an audience that's to the ceiling because it's pitched, and it's you walk out there and you go, okay, well, you wanted this. Now deal with it. I had a series that lasted a short while. It was a primetime show, which now if you pick up the beta Charo Live at Radio City, I'm on the flip side. There is always now that excitement. In the old days, it was fear. But I think after opening up for Sinatra New Year's Eve, I'll never be afraid again. I love LA. I could never live anywhere else because this is a town I feel like I, in my own way, kind of conquered. You know, I went from being the weird kid on the playground to those same people standing in line to see me at the Improv. So that's a nice turnaround.
What we have here is a mandate to communicate. Cities and citizens will combine the likes of show business and sports personalities, civic leaders, industry innovators, historical experts, workers, families, and unemployed homeless. Information, pleasurable incidents, and painful confrontations will portray for us a fascinating living mural of their city. From Paris to Nairobi, from San Salvador to Tokyo to Duluth, Detroit, and Los Angeles, dwellers have a story to tell. It's educational, interesting, and enlightening. Cities and citizens will be their stage.
Atari presents its newest star.
Vanguard. Just like the arcade's 6 zones. Let me show them the mountain zone. Hey, check it out. Get the energy pods. So long, Harley Rockets. Hey, the rainbow zone is my turf. You can shoot in 4 directions. All right. I'll just breeze to the stripe zone. The wall. The wall. Yeah.
But fellas, who destroys the Gond?
Luther destroys the Gond.
Vanguard is here, only from Atari.
Comfort, support, confidence. That's what you'll find at rhondashear.com. Shop award-winning intimates, shaping, and apparel in sizes extra small through 3X.
Have you thought about how you're going to make your retirement funds last all the way to the end of your golden years? Well, I have. It's in my 32-step course called Sue Somebody.
People are suing each other for millions of dollars, and you can too. Learn how to make money by pouring hot coffee in your crotch, hiding severed fingers in the meat, stapling your testicle to a bench, and more.
I cover everything in my 32-step course, from the severed finger to the slip and fall to the old sewing needle in the oatmeal. It's everything you need to know on how to sue somebody and get rich quick. And hey, if it doesn't work, my personal guarantee. I even teach you how to sue me, because who's a bigger ass than I am? And I'm telling you, it works. This is my vacation home, my second car, my third wife.
Hey, babe.
I'm not even divorced.
Don't waste valuable time. Call us and sue somebody today.
All right, we've got 2 lengths of rope about 3 feet long with loops on the ends. And I'm going to take this, put it under here, put that around your wrist, and I will blow the whistle, and you will try to get out without taking the loops off your hand. Okay? Okay, doke. And you're tied together for life. I want you to know that right now. Lucky you, Steve. Too bad. Michelle.
Thank you very much.
Fun. Stand by.
You ready?
And?
Yep. Okay. Now,
let me go through first.
Logically. Okay.
You go through the Steve.
Really?
You want me to go step over there?
Oh, that was not very good.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
Oh, you know what I think? I think it has to do. Wait.
Wait, we've got to think here.
All right, come back here.
Okay.
Complex.
All right.
All right, Jackie, now we're bound to be able to figure this out. We've seen it done before.
Okay.
All right, now.
Okay, now.
Wait.
Yeah.
Steve, jump.
No. Little snag. It didn't work.
Wait.
Try heels. There we go. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, here, come around my.
I can do this. I can do it. Watch. I've done it.
Right.
Lower. Wait a minute. You're taller.
Lower. She said lower.
Good, now come right back up.
Back up, and you
We got it.
We didn't get it.
No, that's not.
Okay, how about if I go through this way?
Yeah. Good.
Here.
I like that.
Okay,
Catherine.
now you come here.
Yes.
Did you pitch me?
No.
Did you pitch me?
Catherine, I didn't
Here we go. That didn't work. Okay, well, enter from the rear. No.
Honey. Okay, now here we go. Now how did we get tangled?
There you go. Yeah.
We've done this before.
Well, it didn't work, but it was worth a try.
Why don't you try? You go, Tim.
All right. Keep changing.
Okay, now you come under my legs. Come this way.
Wait, be careful. Watch your back.
You walk
She goes.
That's it.
That's it.
overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's